To launch just 1 single kilogram into space right now, it costs roughly $10,000. Every time we want to leave Earth, we have to build a massive metal tube, fill it with highly explosive fuel, and literally blow it up just to escape gravity. But top physicists have calculated how to build a space elevator that could drop that exact same cost down to just $10. If built, it would replace rockets forever. But this exact same invention could also become the deadliest trap in human history. A space elevator would be an ultra-strong cable stretching from the equator to a massive station 36,000 kilometers above Earth. To hold its weight, it only needs to be 1 inch thick. Electric climbers would scale this line, carrying cargo smoothly into orbit. If humanity successfully builds this, launching a satellite drops from millions of dollars down to the cost of a pizza delivery. Space tourism becomes a common weekend getaway. We could build entire factories in zero gravity and assemble huge solar power stations in orbit that beam endless, clean energy back to Earth. Space transitions from a hostile environment into an everyday destination for humanity. We could finally establish permanent, sprawling cities on the Moon and Mars. But low Earth orbit is a dangerous shooting gallery. Space is filled with millions of tiny, invisible pieces of fast-moving debris. Old satellite parts, broken spaceship panels, and stray screws are constantly flying blind around the planet at 17,000 miles per hour. All it takes is one single microscopic piece of that debris to smash into the 1-inch elevator cable and create a tiny fracture. Because the structure is held under extreme tension, that microscopic fracture becomes a critical point of failure, triggering a catastrophic chain reaction. To maintain tension, this 36,000-kilometer cable actively spins around Earth at 1,000 miles per hour. When it snaps, it doesn't fall straight down. The broken upper portion violently recoils, whipping around the curvature of the Earth at supersonic speeds. As the broken line falls through the atmosphere, the sonic boom alone would shatter windows and trigger massive destruction on the ground below. But the worst damage happens in orbit. Millions of shattered cable fragments wrap around the Earth, destroying weather satellites and tearing straight through the International Space Station. This swirling debris creates an impenetrable cage of shrapnel around our planet. We wouldn't be able to safely launch a single rocket, effectively locking humanity on Earth for centuries. So why haven't we built the elevator yet? The biggest barrier stopping us isn't money, it is material science. If you tried to build this cable out of today's strongest steel, its massive weight would cause it to snap under its own tension long before it ever reached space. Physicists have identified a specific solution: carbon nanotubes. These cylinders of pure carbon are 100 times stronger than steel, yet 10,000 times lighter. To put that in perspective, a 1-inch thick cable could theoretically lift 200 elephants while being light enough to hold. The laws of physics confirm the elevator is entirely possible. The only thing standing in our way is our current inability to mass-produce this miracle threat. There is no physical law stopping us. The real challenge is simply surpassing our current engineering limits as a developing Type 0.7 civilization. But every generation in history has eventually built something the previous generation swore was impossible. The creators of the early internet were told no one would ever need a computer in their home, and the Wright brothers were constantly told humans weren't meant to fly. Our path to the stars may no longer require loud, exploding rockets. Instead, we may simply take a quiet, seamless ride. Now, imagine if a ticket to space cost the exact same as an international flight. Would you be brave enough to step inside? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe to Future Decoded.